doesn't have your back. So this is a new feature of ZgPHP where talks are given in 5 minutes, 20 slides, 15 seconds each. So I might appear to be racing, but I hope not. So we begin. So first of all, who am I? I'm Steve Tauber. I'm a programmer. Please don't sue me. Please don't sue me. This is a little bit of an unorthodox talk. I'm going to start off with a question in any second now. Oh, this is quite whitewashed, but does anyone know what this is? Can anyone tell what that stuff is right there?
It's an X-ray of a vertebrae.
It is an X-ray of a vertebrae. This is my back.
Your pelvis?
No, it's actually my spine, my lumbar. And right here is a needle being put into my spine and steroids being injected on both sides. This was done 2 years ago because I have a burst disc in my spine in the L4, L5. So my talk today is going to be about why you as a programmer need to take care of your back. These are problems you probably have. Anterior pelvic tilt, which is where your pelvis is tilted forward. It's actually pretty normal, but it can be extensive. Rounded shoulders and a forward head position. All this is from working at a desk all day long. This is the anterior pelvic tilt. So basically what happens is your whole pelvis is tilted forward, and this causes pressure on your spine. Some doctors say that this actually does cause back pain and some don't. But either way, if it's overextensive, it can cause some problems. Why does this happen? You have a weak ass. Your glutes are underdeveloped. You have extended hamstrings from sitting down all day. And you have a 1-pack instead of a 6-pack. You also have a tight psoas, which is the muscle that connects your spine to your femur. And you have tight quads. So this is a stretch you can do, and all of these stretches are things you can do at your desk. This is something you can take a couple seconds and do every day. So you just do kind of like a squat almost, and this is going to stretch your psoas. You can also stretch your quads. You want to stretch before you actually try to build some of these muscles up. So stretching your quads will really help with anterior pelvic tilt. Again, you can do this at your desk. So the next thing you want to do is build muscles. So you can do step ups or step downs. I don't know that you can stand on your desk at work if you have one of those wheelie chairs, or step on your chairs. You can also do squats to build your glutes, but that will also build your quads, which is what we just stretched out, so you probably don't want to do that. Your hamstrings are probably the least developed muscle in your body. You can do leg lifts, like 15, 20 of those in a row. That will help tighten those hamstrings up again. You can also flex your muscles and do shadow boxing at your desk. Just try not to punch through your monitor. There's a million other ab exercises you can do. There's a million other exercises you can do to do these things. These are just some examples that you can do at your desk. What is rounded shoulders? Kyphosis is the extra rounding of the spine. There is some natural curvature, but kyphosis is the extra rounding of it. So you see that the ears and the shoulder are lined up, but they're not positioned over the waist and over the knee. You want all of those 4 points in line. Why does this happen if your pecs are too tight? You see guys at the gym really working out their pecs. This draws your shoulders forward. Your lats are too tight. It pulls your whole frame forward. Why does this also happen is the lower traps are not worked out. So you can stretch your pecs by just walking past something, grabbing onto the door frame. You'll feel a stretch through your shoulder, through your pecs. You can also do a trap workout where you stand against the wall, you lift your arms up, pull them away, and then slide them back down. And you'll feel this in your middle back. Forward head position is where your head is forward. You'll see sometimes people will get extra fat on the back of their neck. And that's because your body's trying to prevent your head from falling off. You want your ear and your shoulder in line. If your ear is ahead of your shoulder, you have forward head position. So you can do a wall lean. It's a lot of pressure on your lower back, but you can just do this for 15 or 20 seconds. Tuck your chin in, and this will really strengthen your neck and start to pull it backwards, pull your head backwards. You can also do these 3 exercises where you position your head, your shoulder, your butt, and your feet are all touching the wall. Flap your arms like a bird. Do 10 or 15 reps of this. And the next thing you do is you stand with your arms at like a lower 45 degree and you start covering your ears because your boss is going to come over to you and start yelling at you. Why are you standing up instead of programming? And then after that, you climb an imaginary ladder. Okay? And when you're up against the wall and you have those 4 points touching the wall, this is really you're gonna feel a lot of good movement in your spine. And so once again, don't sue me. Lots of videos of these online. You can do more work at the gym. There's a lot of different things you can do, a lot of different exercises to build your shoulders and your back muscles. And please talk to your doctor before you do any exercising. Any questions at all? That's a fast 5 minutes.
Why did you have a knee on your spine?
So I have a burst disc in my spine, and
How did you get the burst disc in your spine?
I don't really know. Probably the reason was because, so I was in a motorcycle accident in 2004, and I had an upper back injury because of that. And then later on in 2008, I was playing softball, and I like twisted and felt some sort of rupture, and I couldn't walk for like a week. Last Wednesday, I did something, I don't know what, and I couldn't walk until today. Today was the first day I could walk. So I thought, okay, you know what, I'm gonna make a talk about why you should take care of your back, because I'm at a desk for 14 hours a day, and I've had serious problems because I didn't focus on taking care of the muscles in my back, and it's really important that if you have problems, take care of them early because they will haunt you.
So this is all from experience?
Talk from experience. I mean, that was my x-ray. That was my x-ray.
You made all the mistakes?
I made all the mistakes, yeah. No, I used to be more overweight, and I didn't go to the gym ever, and if I did go to the gym, I would do like arm exercises or whatever, and like you see a lot of guys like really built up pecs, but you'll see that their shoulders are pulled in front of their hips. That's so bad for your back. You just put a ton of weight on your lower back, and those, like, if you have an anterior pelvic tilt where your pelvis is tilted forward, that's normal for a certain degree, but if it's extensive, even if you're not sitting at a desk, if it's extensive and you're doing things like huge squats, you are going to hurt your back. It will happen. And so this is something that you can do to prevent it, is just do stretches. You can spend, like it's recommended that you get up once an hour from your desk, or that you work at a sit-stand station. But I mean, how many of us work at a sit-stand station? I don't. And how many of us get up every hour? I don't. You guys do. That's really good. Like it's recommended you have an alarm on your desk, that your monitor is arm's length away, that your elbows are at a 90-degree angle, that you're slightly reclined. Like I don't do any of that stuff when I'm at work because I'm like in the zone, I'm working on something, I get totally distracted and it's 3 hours later and I forgot to even eat, let alone stand up. So these are things that you can do outside of that. I used to have really bad rolled shoulders and forward head posture. It only takes like 3 weeks to fix. So that's something that's really positive out of this. And it's just little things like you can work out some of your rotator cuff muscles in your arm. That'll help draw your shoulders back. You only do like 1 kilo of exercise, and so you have the cables, and you set it at like this length, and you just go like this. You do like 1 kilo worth of work, and you do that once a week or twice a week for like 3 weeks, and you'll see that your shoulders are drawn back. So the other thing is it makes you look skinnier. Like standing up straight just makes you look better, but outside of that, it will save your lower back. So, any other questions?
Yeah, have you thought about stopping smoking? You know, smoking.
Start smoking or stop smoking?
Start smoking.
No.
No, really, because smoking addiction will make you get up every 1 hour.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Oh yeah. So the guys that get up every hour, do you smoke? I guess that should have been a good question. It's very prevalent in Croatia. No, I don't smoke. But I work out of my home, so if I did, like maybe I wouldn't leave. I don't know. All right. That's my talk. Thanks.